Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. In this video, Saints Ace on the move. So is this Huddersfield Flyer. Austin has a new club, and Wigan Flyer calls time early. So we have news coming out of Wigan Warriors as Dom Manfredi, who was supposed to be retiring at the end of the season, has had a setback in training which has forced him to end his career with immediate effect. Dom Manfredi, who's played 83 games for Wigan Warriors and seen here scoring one of his 2 tries in the 2018 Grand Final after 2 knee reconstructions, is very down at the moment because of all this coming to a fore. Looking at it, we have to thank you to Tom for his efforts and good luck in the future. But we've found out the extent of his injuries and pains, and there's a suspicion that he may have to go through a full knee replacement due to the injuries that he's had. On that, Chris Radlinski, the Wigan director of rugby, said, "Nobody can question just how much Dom has tried. It has genuinely broken our hearts to watch him push his body," he said, "but unfortunately, after receiving medical advice, there is nothing more that can be done for Dom's knee. The priority is now to get him pain-free so that he can live a normal life." So how much this would hurt Wigan, we just don't know, but in the Super League era, since his debut in 2013, Dom Manfredi had only played 58 Super League games, but of those 58 Super League, he scored 42 tries. That is some record no matter what level of league you're at. But Brady came out with a statement and said, "I wouldn't be the person I am today without rugby league. I'm just disappointed it's not ended on my terms. But I know I've given everything possible. There's not 1 more % I could have given. I'm finishing with no regrets. I've done everything I can. I'm just gutted. You can take things from being in those dark places during your career. I've learned from the past experiences that I've had to overcome and will overcome. I will get better and I'll be alright. That's what gets me through. That's what gets me through it, and that's what's going to get me through this. Can't thank the Wigan fans enough. I've got a close bond with them. I have a lot of respect for them. They've been unbelievable supporting me down the years and through everything. And I just want to say thank you. I want to thank all the staff and the players too. They've all been there for me. Rollercoaster is an understatement to describing the rugby league career. It's been up and down a few times, but on the whole, I've loved every minute. I'll do it again, despite what it's done to my body. It's been worth it. So it was a bit hard to read that, as you can tell. He was a great player. It was a shame that injuries came to the fore. Came through the Wigan ranks with all those youngsters that came through at the same time. Whether it was Sam Powell, John Bateman. I know he was signed from Bradford, but he came to the Wigan side at the same time. So many that you can roll off that he played alongside, like he was in there with Michael McAlorum, Tony Clubb. On the other side there was Joe Burgess, Lee Marshall, Tom Davis, just to name wingers. Oliver Gildart, who's going to West. So that Sean Wayne side that was very dominant in defence and won 2 Super League titles in 3 years is getting whittled down to almost nothing. Anyway, good luck, Dom, and hopefully see you in the rugby league some sort. We knew for a while that Leeds Rhinos were interested in Blake Austin, and we were sure that the move was going to be made as soon as George Williams was to be moving over to Warrington Wolves. And it was confirmed this week that Blake Austin joins Leeds Rhinos, but on an initial 1-year deal. He moves over with his former Canberra teammate, Aidan Caesar, who was teammates with for 3 years, to create a new partnership with Robert Louis leaving and an uncertainty over Luke Gale, who recently got his captaincy taken up. In a statement, Blake Austin said, "While I've been disappointed, while I have some disappointments leaving Warrington, I'm extremely happy to join a great club, Leeds. Leeds are a club I set my sights on a few months back, and I'm stoked to be getting on board. I'm joining one of my best mates and a squad that looks set for an exciting 5 to 10 years. I've opted for a 1-year deal to prove myself to Leeds faithful, but I also believe it's something that will help get the best out of me personally, but I definitely want to settle in for a bit longer." Blake Austin is 30-year-old and is one of the highest profile players on the open market this season, and despite interest from Hull KR, Leeds have secured the services of the Australian, who will leave Warrington after 3 seasons at the Hallowell-Jones Stadium. He will be joined by fellow new signings James Bentley, a Leeds lad, and as I mentioned, Aidan Caesar at Emerald Headingley in 2022. And Caesar and Austin are reuniting after playing 3 seasons between 2016 and 2018, as I mentioned, Canberra. Rhinos head coach Richard Agaga said, "We are delighted to be able to add a player of the quality of Blake Austin to our existing squad next season." He continued, "Consistently over the last 2 seasons we've spoken about creating competition for every position in the side. Just as importantly, making sure that we have strength in depth. We saw at the earlier this season that we needed to improve our options at halfback, while Blake will certainly do that, but he also can play a number of positions across the team. We see plenty of adaptability and versatility in Blake, and of course he has a great deal of experience both in the NRL and Super League, having played nearly 200 games. Throughout our discussions about our vision for his role within the squad, I've been impressed with his ambition and willingness to play this part for the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in our environment." So I'm hoping that's a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit of misleading information from Agar in regards to Blake Austin, as he is primarily a ball play halfback, whether it's 9, 7 or 6. The tongue-in-cheek bit that I mentioned is because Wayne Bennett called him up into the Great Britain squad, and he played 2 tests as winger. Yes, he may be quick, but he's better on the ball than he is waiting on the wing. So let's see how he goes for Leeds in 2022. So with Lachlan Coote leaving, another Saints overseas star is also leaving as Kevin Nagama, will leave St Helens at the end of the season and return to Australia for family reasons. The Fiji captain has won back-to-back Super League titles and the Challenge Cup since 2019, since joining Saints on a 3-year deal from the NRL club West Tigers. Agaga said the difficulties caused by COVID-19 and the pandemic, in particular having to witness the birth of his first child through FaceTime, led to the decision. In a club statement, the centre said, "Off the field, times have been tough for everyone. On a personal note, my wife Lily gave birth to our firstborn recently. I had to experience the birth of my first daughter through FaceTime in a hospital car park. It's been the hardest years we've had to face as a couple, especially with my wife having to go through that on her own, and naturally caused a lot of traumas for the both of us. On the back of that, both myself and my wife's mental health were affected, but I want to thank the club's welfare team of Paul Johnson and Dave Kirk for helping us through it. I also want to personally thank my wife for her strength in getting through it without our family to support us. I can't thank her enough for the sacrifices she's had to make, which has enabled me to dream and continue to play professional rugby league and finish off the season here at Saints." Agaga, who has played 68 times for Saints and scored 35 trials, said the success he's achieved since his move on to Saints is something I have never thought I would experience over here. Wolfie and my teammates have all been great with me since I've arrived, and I couldn't have wished to spend my time here with a better group of players. Because of this, Christian Wolf said most people in their position would have most likely knocked on my door and asked to go home early, but I'm really proud of the fact they have shown their commitment and toughness as a couple to get through it and see out the rest of the year with us at St Helens. I'm really happy that Kev is going to be with us for the rest of the year. He's a big game player for us, as his performances in the last few weeks have shown. He's also a real respected member of the team and is a leader. We really enjoy having him around, and we would love to have had him for longer. What we need to do is ensure we make the most of him being part of our team for the rest of the season, and make sure that he returns home with more memories of St Helens. Well, in this part of the story, Hull FC have completed a deal to bring Huddersfield Giants winger Darnell Mcintosh to the club after poaching the England Night Star from West Yorkshire. 24-year-old turned down the contract offer from the Giants to take up a 3-year deal at the Black and Whites. Will arrive at the MKM Stadium for the start of the 2022 season, adding a utility value with his ability to play fullback or centre. FC have recruited the Huddersfield native with an eye on experienced try scorer, adding some much needed pace out wide. Having been with his hometown club for over 10 years, Mcintosh admits it was a wrench to choose to leave the Giants, but says the switch to the FC feels like a natural fit, and he's excited for the opportunity ahead. I'm really happy with the news is finally out there that I'm going to be playing in the black and white next season. As soon as the opportunity came across and I had a discussion with the club, I knew it was a right opportunity for me, and I'm so pleased that the deal has been done, said Mcintosh. At this point in my career, I feel like it's a great move for me. I know there's a lot of hard work ahead to get rewards I'm hoping for, but I'm determined to do that and repay the faith the club has put in me. I have come through the ranks at Huddersfield and been a part of that system for over a decade, since I was 13. I've had a lot of opportunities there and work hard to get to the point where some people thought I would get to. I've worked hard for that, but I feel it's a time for me to kick on now and a new challenge and reach my goals at a great club like Hull with a great environment. Mcintosh will effectively come in for Beretta Furiamo, who has been released by Hull and has since agreed to switch to Castleford Tigers to work under former coach Lee Radford. Mcintosh made his debut for the Giants against Hull FC in 2017, and a year later was the club's top try scorer, going on to play over 100 competitive games for the Giants. In response to the reshaping of the squad, FC coach Brad Hobson is keen to do that for the next season. And while substantial changes won't be made, Mcintosh's arrival forms part of a plan to make changes to the makeup of the squad. The new wingman will have a big part to play in providing increased options in the backs, but also an injection of speed. So they're getting a different type of player to what they had before. Hull's wingers have been traditionally big fellows, as you know, with Beretta Furiamo and see his face, but I forget his name. The other winger who's going to be there next season, the Mullen lad. It'll lose me, but it'll come back to me a little bit later on. I apologise for forgetting your name, but just remember the big gum shield ponytail. Anyway, I digress. So it's a good signing for Hull. I do like the speed aspect of what Darnell Mcintosh brings along. He's very, very quick, and with the playmakers that Hull have got, and probably keep bringing along, they'll have decent enough ball coming to the wingers often during the game. Mane Fanua. Damn. So that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back home so that I can record these videos without cats being the centre of attention and you can see me more properly. But thank you very much for keeping on watching. Please remember, like, subscribe and share these videos worldwide. I do appreciate everything that you guys said, and I do hope that you guys will all continue to comment. Remember, our Just for Fun is right here. Place your answers in the comments below, and in the meantime, stay safe, all the best, and I'll catch you in the next video.